At an altitude of 9,800 meters, the aircraft's windshield suddenly cracked. The pilot immediately reported the situation to ground control and requested an emergency landing in Chengdu. At that moment, the windshield completely shattered. The massive pressure differential sucked the co-pilot out through the window. Glass fragments were also sucked into the right engine, causing an instant loss of power and tilting the aircraft. The violent turbulence immediately threw the 119 passengers and crew members into panic. Facing oxygen deprivation and extreme cold, the experienced captain decided to descend. The powerful air pressure blew the cockpit door off its hinges, and the airflow burst directly into the cabin. Flight attendants were knocked to the floor, and oxygen masks dropped from overhead. Despite this, the flight attendants struggled to their feet and assisted each passenger in putting on their masks. By this time, the aircraft's descent rate had reached 3,000 meters per minute. At this rate, they would crash into the mountains in less than 2 minutes. Meanwhile, the co-pilot remained outside the window, hanging by a thread. Should they first rescue the co-pilot or regain control of the aircraft? At this critical moment, he quickly pulled the aircraft up, and the massive reverse inertia pulled the co-pilot back inside. The second officer then struggled into the cockpit, but the captain and co-pilot Xiao Wu were already suffering from severe oxygen deprivation. The second officer immediately placed oxygen masks on both of them and sent out a distress signal. Upon receiving the signal, ground control immediately activated emergency protocols, grounding all flights and clearing the runway. What they hadn't anticipated was encountering a rare cumulonimbus cloud formation just 180 kilometers from Chengdu. The conditions inside the cloud were extremely complex. Entering it would be like being thrown into a blender, with the storm capable of tearing the aircraft apart instantly. Drawing on years of experience, the captain decisively turned away and began circling, searching for an opportunity. 30 minutes later, the captain's gaze fixed firmly on a gap in the clouds ahead. He had anticipated that an opening would appear in the cloud formation and had been circling, waiting for this chance, their only breakthrough opportunity. When air traffic controllers detected Flight 8633's movement trajectory, everyone became extremely tense. The aircraft was instantly engulfed by towering dark clouds accompanied by lightning. Just as the plane was about to penetrate the storm, the gap in the clouds suddenly closed. Everyone believed they wouldn't make it back. Under the captain's control, after several long, dark minutes, the aircraft finally broke through the cloud formation safely and reappeared on ground radar. Everyone's tense emotions finally eased. Following tower instructions, the captain lowered the landing gear, and the chief flight attendant instructed all passengers to assume brace positions. With the full cooperation of all 3 pilots, the aircraft gradually descended and aligned with the airport runway. Finally, Sichuan Airlines Flight 8633 landed successfully.